What is up, horror fiends? Welcome back to another episode of the Horror Junkies Podcast, the podcast that discusses all things horror. As always, I'm your host, Mike, and I'm joined with my ghoulish friends, Patrick and Dylan.
Oh, hello.
Oh, man. It is, week 3 of the new year. It's a wild day. There's a lot of things going on in the world that we're not really going to talk about because we want this to be a place for you guys to come and just turn your brain off and just hang out, eat some snacks, maybe turn the lights off, and talk about your favorite genre.
I'm smoking a little weed. Pat's drinking a twisted tea.
I got popcorn and some water. There, you got.
It's like this: hear no evil, speak no evil, but it's smoke, drink, and eat.
which is the trifecta on this podcast. So
yes, for sure.
If you are a returning listener, welcome back to the show. As always, we love you with all of our greasy hands. If you are a new listener tuning in for the first time, we hope you enjoy it, and we hope you subscribe and share with your friends. We got an awesome show planned for you. Our listeners and our followers voted, and we put up the movie tonight against 3 other films. We did, God, I can't remember that vote anymore, but it was like Hellraiser and Abruptio and Neon Demon, and as I'm saying, it's coming back to me. So Wolfman 2010, and this movie Hellraiser 1987 by Clive Barker was the ultimate winner, which was no fucking surprise when you stack it up against anything. Truly,
I'd rather watch Wolfman.
Shocker alert! This is one of my favorite all-time horror movies. So I guess we'll talk about that in the show too. But before we get into it, we're still on TikTok. TikTok went away for a total of 12 hours and came back. I'm hoping that out of all of this weird banning of a social media app, that finally whoever struck the deal, right? Whoever got TikTok back on the fucking servers makes TikTok live for fucking Mac OS finally. That's the only reason why we don't stream our podcast live on TikTok, which is something I've been wanting to do. But they don't fucking have TikTok Studio on Mac OS yet. It's only for Windows users. So whoever our benevolent new overlords of the TikTok sphere are going to be announced as
Mr. Beast.
Yeah, fuck off.
until they do that, you'll catch Mike giving the good old ni hao over on Red Note.
Yes, I ain't leaving Red Note, dude. I love it over there. It's
dude. That's what I've heard. I've heard. And if I download it and the Chinese want all my data and access to my photos, well, you're going to have a good time looking through those, buddy.
My God, this fat fuck has 37 pictures of food. That's all you're getting from my pictures, baby.
Oh, dirty Americans, gross. He's got a picture of he has 6 pictures of his bag of Flamin' Hot Fritos, which, by the way, they do make, and I did have, and they are fantastic.
Of course they are.
Also, I know I told you all about the buffalo chicken dip limited edition chips that they have at Publix.
You did. You sure did.
They're okay, but I ate the whole bag in one sitting.
God.
It's really weird. My girlfriend had them and said they're not for her, and I said perfect, more for me. And it took me to the bottom of the bag to try to figure out if I like the flavor or not. I did like them. Yeah, they were better than the chicken wing flavored chips that they had,
which I could never get into.
I couldn't do it. But because if you've never had the Publix buffalo chicken dip, hot or cold, you got a winner on your hands.
Absolutely.
Absolutely
God,
true.
It's so good, and the chips do mimic the flavor more so than the other ones did.
We should try to get a sponsorship from Publix.
Good luck.
I don't think that would be awesome.
I want a Sunny sponsorship right goddamn now.
Hold the fucking phone.
Hashtag bring back the original sauce recipe.
Yes, sir.
I miss
there we go.
So much.
Listen, I got $100 in Sunny's gift cards for Christmas. I ain't even used them yet.
Please come to Orlando.
We'll walk in there like Warren Buffett.
Yeah, with $100 in gift cards, you literally practically own the
I could practically buy this whole restaurant right now.
Don't talk to me, peasant.
Yeah, I guess I am rich.
Oh my God.
That's what they want you to think.
Just put it on the gift card.
Oh my God, dude. I just watched my girlfriend. Okay. So for those that don't know, and if we do post the video on YouTube, you'll see me looking over to my right, your left. My girlfriend is across the hall streaming her Fortnite game on Twitch. I think I'm the only person watching it.
Fucking plug her channel, dude.
Dude, I just watched her decimate someone with the railgun.
What's her fucking Twitch handle?
Oh God, what is her Twitch handle? Oh my God.
Right,
I don't know. How do I find this
your
information?
Girlfriend's Twitch handle? How dare you?
It's All Hail Lucy.
That's a sick ass fucking.
That is really sick.
Yeah, All Hail Lucy, Lucie. I told her pretty ass. I said we're gonna get you in a sexy get up, and you're gonna make these nerds send you prizes and tokens of their affection.
Oh, hello, Discord.
And they'll all be going to me. I'll be in the back like Jabba the Hutt, like double.
Yes. Speaking of fucking streaming, though, actually. I've actually acquired a new setup of stuff. I got me a bread keyboard that clicky clacks.
Ooh.
And I got it for my birthday, which is coming up. I was able to get a Steam Deck because I want a gaming PC, but the constant conversation I have with my wife is that they're not aesthetically pleasing, and then in small space, it kind of doesn't fit with such a small space.
Just build a micro ATX build,
which is what I'm going to do down the road.
Because I saw today. Somebody had the Founders Edition of the 5090 that just came out, and it fits in a micro ATX case. I was only the Founders, though, so good luck. But
yeah, true. But I'm going to start streaming on our YouTube channel, like random gameplays that I've been dying to fucking play that are always on PC but not on console, like Lethal Company and that game I sent you the other day, Patrick, the like Cthulhu fucking horror game. I was like, I think it's called All My Father or Forgive Me Father. They're like Cult of Lamb, a bunch of horror, like small fun games, maybe some cozy games in there because I think we need a little bit of coziness in our life right now. So if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, do that. That's just at Horror Junkies Official. So that's an easy search. And then Dylan's potentially got his VHS series coming up, so that's in the works.
I do.
We got a lot of content coming for 2020.
That will be hopefully sooner rather than later. I also am. My dreams outweigh my bank account, so I also want a gaming PC so that I can join Mike on his streaming adventures through the unknown. Either, I mean, I could spectate. I could comment. I don't need a PC to do that.
No, you don't. And it would be greatly appreciated so that you guys can help talk and give me pointers.
Oh my God. Yeah. No, that'd be a lot of fun.
Because I've been fucking around with OBS. I got the fucking the stream overlays all good and golden. I did a test run. I got my webcam, my DJI Osmo Pocket 3 set up for that. I got everything ready to go, just waiting to get my fucking Steam Deck because my wife won't give it to me to my birthday.
I find it so cute and so funny that she buys you a gift for Christmas or your birthday and you know what it is. You just can't have it until your birthday.
It's fucking sitting in the closet, and every time I go to grab my fucking shoes, I see it. I'm like,
I get it.
Only 15 more days to go. But yeah, so we got a lot of fucking cool content. I'm ripping Magic the Gathering packs. I'm building decks. I'm going on live and doing that. I'm gonna make Patrick go on our fucking Horror Junkies TikTok and start doing like live drawings, because I think people would like it, and I think Patrick would like it.
I ain't doing shit. I'm unemployed.
Patrick's living in his car.
The American dream. $20 on the Patreon. We'll send Pat a pizza.
Yes.
Pat's pizza party.
Pat's pizza party. Let's all help get Patrick out of his car.
Yes, keep me away from it. Let me stay in my castle.
Patrick did so much work to get out of his car into his castle. We dare not let him lose his fiefdom. But yeah, we got a lot of fucking content. We're on all of the apps. So if you haven't followed us, do it. We're setting a goal for like across all platforms to hit 10,000 followers. So help us reach that goal. And then Pat, what have you guys been watching? What's in the news? How you guys been?
I've been good. I started watching Yellow Jacket yesterday.
Finally.
How are you liking it?
You guys are a bunch of fucking perverts. That's what.
What do you mean, perverts? Coming from you, that's rich.
And all. I'm like, what the fuck? These guys have me watching.
I mean,
I'm just joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I want to buy you a hamburger.
I haven't watched I haven't watched the third season yet, or the third season that's coming. I haven't finished the second season.
It's good.
But it's a crazy show, Pat. And it gets real weird real fast.
Yeah, it's awesome.
No, I said it's like what? Lord of the Flies.
It's Lord of the Flies. Yeah, exactly.
Just in the 90s.
Yeah. What have you been watching, Dylan? Or what have you been up to, rather? How about that?
Well, I've been watching some things, and I've been doing some things, too. I recently acquired the hobby of collecting Pokemon cards.
Hear the fucking the hurt in his heart.
the stupidest hobby someone can have, because I wish to live a life as far away as I can from scammers and people who resell things online.
Fuck scalpers, dude.
And I've seemed to have leaped right into the biggest haven,
the worst one, the fucking
of scalping
one, dude,
that you can ever possibly get into. I was very present and active on Friday when the new Prismatic Evolutions dropped, and I sent my girlfriend on quests while I was at work and she was at home to go to the Costco to make sure, because I got her I shared my Costco membership with her, hold for applause, and just so that she can, go and acquire said cards.
There was a hidden agenda behind it, people. This wasn't out of the
he wasn't being nice.
This is purely, I'm gonna need you to now go to Costco and see if they got Prismatic Evolutions, please.
Yeah, but on top of,
that's so nice. You put me on your Costco card. He's like,
because I took her for the first time the other day, and just like many other elves, she was she finally got to gaze upon the efforts of mankind up until this point.
Yeah.
It is the whirlwind that is capitalism inside one building, and it is a fantastic place.
Trust me, if you don't have a Costco card, they tase you. I tried.
Yeah, they will take you the fuck out.
I will say this: the rumors about the $1.50 hot dog are true. It is the best value that you can get just about anywhere.
It's also got a death threat attached to it.
It does? Oh yeah,
so
the owner,
the original creator of Costco, when he was in the board years ago, one of the things that came up was like, we gotta increase the price of the hot dog.
He's like, I'll fucking kill you.
He literally said, you change the price of the hot dog and I'll fucking kill you. So I think that's been enough to like put.
You see, not all CEOs are bad people.
No, he's the only legit one.
Yeah,
keep him alive.
Him and actually, he is the legit, and so is the owner and creator of Little Caesars.
Is he really?
We should give awards
Caesars,
to.
Listen to me. This is fucking, and I'm sorry to like divert this conversation.
Go ahead.
It'll be really. The owner of fucking Little Caesars has done so much for the city of Detroit, right? Giving free food, all of this crap, and you're thinking of $5 hot and readies, really? He found out about a woman who was being forcibly removed from her house due to some things that were going on at the time early, and when he found out, he put her in a house and paid for her rent till the day she died. And I want you to guess who that woman was.
And a bunch of old women that died. Rosa Parks.
Yep.
Damn.
Before he died, he came out and said he was never like really forthcoming about it. I was watching a whole video about it, and I was like, and they were just talking about how he was like just a huge philanthropist and actually a decent person. And when they dropped that bomb, I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
How much you want to bet Rosa Parks?
What we're gonna do now. We're gonna give awards every week to the fatty of the week.
The fatty of the week.
That was his Citizen Kane moment.
Yes.
Where his dying breath, he's telling that story and he goes, do you know who the woman was? He's holding a piece of crazy bread. He just goes, Rosa Parks.
He's dipping it in marinara.
Cheese bread slowly falls to the ground. Crazy bread goes everywhere.
Oh man. But yes, go ahead. Sorry. Back to the hot dog. $1.50 is the best value of this world.
So we'll give him and the CEO of Costco the fatty of the week.
So also, I want to try to make this quick. So apparently GameStop's really is switching away from games and getting into the Pokemon trading card business in general.
I saw this.
Yeah, apparently they're teaching their employees how to grade cards or to how to like send them off to get graded.
Yeah, you can submit your cards to get to PSA grading at GameStop.
And I saw someone on YouTube today actually do the process.
Really?
And the GameStop he went into just had boxes and boxes and boxes of Pokemon cards.
Really?
Crazy amount of boxes, dude. Crazy.
I mean, it makes sense for a business perspective for them to switch gears to be like,
look, games are digital.
Digital now?
Yeah, games are digital. Card games, it's like there's collection in retro games for sure.
100%.
Yeah.
But nothing quite as movable and tangible as like trading cards, I guess.
Dude, they're huge.
Well, when it comes, and especially when it comes to like physical media, especially with games, a lot of people are just buying digital.
So
actually, there's a huge push to physical.
Is there?
Especially within the horror community.
Yeah.
People are really big on like video games, movies, everyone is slowly like gaining the consciousness that you actually don't own digital copies of anything. You're just kind of like renting the license. And if they ever pull that license or sell it to someone who decides that I don't want to have this license here for you anymore, and you don't have that content anymore. That's why you're seeing a big push, not only because of that, but because physical media is actually better for the environment.
And it's kind of weird to look at it, but like the digital age has kind of forced the physical space to kind of do something cool and interesting. And I like it when like companies don't really do physical runs of games, but when they do, they're very like special edition,
which I love. And I support 100%.
Yeah. Cause that bullshit where they're like, oh, the special edition's $200, but it doesn't come with the game.
Yeah, the fuck out of here.
It's like
Star Wars Outlaws and some bullshit.
There's a lot of games like that. Not a lot of them before Star Wars Outlaws.
Yeah. If that shit doesn't come with a fucking statue, I don't fucking want it.
I don't want it either. I've only ordered 2 special mega crazy editions of games in my life. And one of them was Titanfall. Oh, and I was the only one that walked out with this gigantic cube on my shoulders. And it had a giant Titan statue in it. And it was fucking sick. And then I got the Fallout 4 Pip-Boy edition.
Oh, shit.
Dude, I had to choke my way up GameStop's corporate ladder to get that. Fucking, you have no idea. That's a different story for a different time. I will say this, though. Yeah. My brother went to Costco for Prismatic Evolutions. They were supposed to get there. They had a sign on the door that said, "Dear Pokemon nerds, we don't have any. We have supply issues." Bullshit. I bet you hand $1 that they let their fucking employees pick the packs fucking dry. 100%. Oh yeah, I'm sure they did. I'm sure they fucking did. Anyway, so I went to GameStop and stood outside for an hour and a half. Some kids got the last bit of it. 3 people in front of me, which is good. The kids, it's for the kids. Let the kids have fun. They're not going to resell it. Let the kids collect and have fun.
These fuckers are reselling.
I swear to God, if I catch a kid, if I catch a kid reselling, they're gonna get straight up. They're gonna get the fucking field goal from the 50-yard line, straight through the narrows. I'm gonna punt that kid like it's no one's business.
Yeah.
But then I went to the local card shop and I bought a trainer box for double the price. You know, whatever. They're local. I support them. They're good people. If you're ever in the St. Augustine, Florida area, they're called Wokey Pokey, and they're very cool
the name
people.
Like that.
Shout out to Nick. So I said to myself, Dylan, you called Barnes and Noble the other day, and they said that we don't got them yet, but the truck comes at noon on Friday. I said, I'm going to go try it because it's noon. Meanwhile, as I'm leaving, there's a UPS truck dropping off more stuff for the Wokey store. I go to Barnes & Noble, right? I take my time. I'm in no rush. I already got my thing. I'm good with what I got. So I go to I stop at the Barnes & Noble stop sign. There's nobody at Barnes & Noble. Nobody.
Of course, that seems reasonable.
So I'm like, oh, all the cars must be gone. The same UPS truck that went to the Pokemon store pulls up at the stop sign across from me and heads to the back of the building. So I pull up And I go to the front and they go, are you here for Pokemon cards? Apparently I have the look.
You have the aura. I get it.
I have the aura.
Well, we know you're not here for books, buddy.
Yeah.
You fucking nerd. We know you're too fat to read. Are you here for the Pokemon?
Yeah. Harry, what's your limit on prismatic evolutions?
Breathing heavy.
I'm going to go get me a coffee
No
and a cookie
smell.
while
Let
I
it be
wait.
known. No smell. We do not fucking smell.
No. We hydrate and we hygiene.
100%.
Absolutely.
And so the woman goes, I'm gonna go and check the truck, see it's what we got. I'm standing there by my fucking self. She comes out with a hand cart with all the prismatic evolutions on there.
She said,
and I said, what's your limit? They said two per thing. They had 2 binders and 2 poster packs. I bought 2 each. My boy Bo was at the hospital next door just going for a routine appointment, and literally right next door to the Barnes and Noble.
Hey dude, I know you're dying and all, but
no,
I'm joking.
He's not like that, I swear. He was like, I'm just getting out of the hospital. What's up? And I'm like, dude, you have to. I say it like that. He literally went in.
What's up? Had a fucking coronary bypass.
Shut the fuck up, dude. You have to come over here right now. They have him.
This is not a fucking drill, man.
It's the real deal.
Hell, with Meatloaf blaring in the background.
Yeah.
Repeat. This is not a test. Repeat. It's not a test.
So I told him, I said, you have to get over here. They have them, and there's a limit to 2 per person, but they don't have much. It's like the layout to get from where he was at to where I was at was weird, but he did it, and even I could recognize an abnormally quick amount of time. He broke several laws to get there.
Yes.
He also bought 4 each, and I took many pictures of all the fucking shit I had, and it was a great feeling. Good. And then I came home and pulled some pretty cool cards. I'm building quite the impressive collection. My brother, it's really a hobby I'm doing to really just, spend more time with my nephews, kind of have another thing that we can kind of like talk about, things I could teach them.
You should fucking destroy them in the card game.
Dude, Pokemon Pocket, dude. My nephew Ezra, my nephew Ezra is a little shithead. And he was like, I gotta beat you with my Celebi deck. And I'm like, okay, I'll play you with the Celebi deck. I got this fucking Charizard Moltres fire deck. Mm-hmm. It's so funny. He's so confident. And then the moment the tide turns for any game that I play with Ezra, he goes, oh, wow, I'm really bad. Yeah, I suck. I suck. This is bad. I'm bad.
A fucking green deck?
Well, in Pocket, have you played Pocket yet?
Yeah, I'm playing it.
It's very different. I think it's more fun because it's less rules.
Well, it's also 20 card limits. Like this 20 cards.
I get the job done in 20 cards. Yeah, okay.
With standard, it's 60 cards, 4 cards per. You can have 4 cards, and you're allowed to have up to 4 of the same Pokemon. Whereas in Pocket, you can only have 2 of each card up to 20.
Right. So I love
for Magic to get on this fucking shit. They need a fucking hack because Arena is fun, but it's all Planeswalker based. And I don't want to play with the Planeswalkers. I just want to be able to like build decks and play that way with not having to utilize.
Dude, if Magic did it, my obsession would switch to Magic because Magic seems less toxic.
Listen,
I mean,
but Magic, Duskmourn, House of Horrors is by far one of my favorite sets, and that's all I'm going to say about it.
Yeah, I don't want to pontificate too much on this. Yeah. Although me and Shorty are watching Lord of the Rings, I'm making her watch Lord of the Rings.
Hell yeah.
She didn't necessarily care for the first one. Listen, y'all. Edition? No, not extended edition. I couldn't put her through that. Edition. I couldn't.
You have to.
No, we did the listen. Actually, no, we did the extended version of the first one, and then I deemed it unnecessary. I deemed it unnecessary just because.
2 Towers next one.
Well, she doesn't have TikTok to pull up during the movies anymore because tragically.
Oh yeah,
it's like in the movies where remember the end? Do you remember the end of The Mist?
Yes.
That is what
That is what happened to
That
Veronica.
is pretty much what happened to Veronica. She pulled the trigger too
Shot her
early,
son
and then
everyone
the
in the car.
army showed up. Yeah.
Yep.
She deleted the app because she's like, I'll never get to use this again. And then it came back a mere 20 minutes later.
The next day.
She scrambles to the app store.
Not there.
Not there anymore.
Will not be there until who knows when.
And she hates me because I have it. I don't even use it. And I told her, I'm like, you want to use my
iPad kid? She's like,
you want to
hey,
use
Dylan,
my?
can I see your phone so I can be on TikTok?
You want to use my TikTok? There's going to be some changes around here. I demand to be tucked in every night when I go to bed. And the fan stays on when we go to sleep. I don't care how cold
man.
you are.
When you give the power to the evil ruler.
I'm like George Costanza, the philanthropist. I'll have all this money, and then people will come crawling to me for help, and then they'll owe me big time.
Oh man. Well, you know what? Fucking awesome. We love I'm trying to like push the boundaries on what is horror, but also push the boundaries on what we talk about on the show and just have fun. I mean, like we play video games. Magic is so innerly twined to the horror community with so much because it really is monsters that you're really playing with.
Here you go.
No, I'm not going to. I made a lot of card ripping packs with my Magic the Gathering videos. I did some blind boxes. That's the kind of content we're trying to generate. So it's not constant movie reviews, but more or less just a wide breadth of what the horror community really has to offer. Patrick,
Pokemon is horror related if you collect the cards.
That's true.
For fun. It's a nightmare, actually.
You know, Magic is never like that. I mean, there are packs people like to go to, but I've never seen the shit people go through with Pokemon in the Magic community. Yes, the Magic cards can be expensive if you're individually buying them, but this whole like rushing to a store and pushing over fucking kids to get fucking, elite trainer boxes and binder boxes is just fucking insane, dude. It's just relax. It's not that serious. But then again, I remember running to comic book stores trying to get variants with Jorge.
Yeah, let's not.
I was like,
It's truly an amalgamation of what this country represents and the values it actually pushes.
I need Age of Ultron right now.
Yeah, fucking. I need Superior Spider-Man. What do you mean they're sold out?
Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah.
That's our Vietnam, man.
Yeah. Where were you? I was in the shit.
Pat, there's been a lot announced so far in 2025. Anything you want to highlight before we jump into today's movie?
To get back on track in somewhat of a segment. So we're getting a Until Dawn movie. I didn't know this was happening.
Until Dawn, yeah.
And trailer came out. What do you guys think? Because I never played the game, so I don't know what the fuck.
The game's fun.
Dylan, you want to know something about the movie that's just came out?
Is Rami Malek in it?
Completely different cast, completely different killer.
What?
Well, that's kind of cool because then you don't know what's going to happen.
True.
Remember, the game is based on like whatever decisions you make alter the course of the events.
Yeah.
So there's multiple different like ways. I'm not mad about it as a lot of people are. It does feel a little weird that they didn't keep. Maybe they should have kept the cast and changed the story so it would have been characters that people already know.
Rami would have been too much money.
Oh, I think so, 100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I'm stoked. The game is cool. The trailer looks fucking sick and graphic, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, there's certain scenes. I'll be excited to see how they do the Wendigos if they do them.
Well, that's what I'm saying. No one knows if they're doing that.
But that's cool. That way we don't know, and I don't need to see another trailer. I played the game. I love the game. Oh, so it's the game, but it's all different. So you don't know what's going to happen.
You don't know what's going to happen. That's a different story. Listen, I'm not horribly mad. There's a lot of people that are mad about it. I'm like,
There's a lot of people mad about a lot of things.
The same story that you played in the game, would you really be excited to go watch it?
Exactly.
I mean, yes, to say that The Last of Us is the same thing because it is, but they also did small changes to enhance the story.
Dude,
so
episode 5 is all you need to know about taking something from a game, giving it a new spin, and it being fucking far succeed the original content.
Yep, exactly.
Because So like, and and I saw the trailer or the teaser for season 2, and it looks so good.
So good. And if you want to play Until Dawn and you have a PlayStation, it is free. The PS4 version on the PlayStation Network. They re-released it like remastered for PS5 Pro. If you want to pay $60, sure.
Can't be that much now. It's got to be discounted.
No, dude, it's $60.
Are you checked?
I checked because I went to download it. And I was like, wait, $60. And I was like, I'm just going to play the PS4 version for
Who do they think they are? Nintendo?
Yeah, for real.
Dude, I paid fucking $60 for Pokemon Arceus. That game is 2 years old.
Yeah, Nintendo's.
They got me.
What they do and why they think their games do not depreciate in value. But there are games that are fucking 5 years old that are still $60.
I know. It baffles me. But I will say this, though. Arceus is chill as fuck. That's a really good, like, smoke a little weed, sit on the couch with the cats in your lap, and just fucking turn the ceiling fan on and get comfy. That's what I did today. It was awesome.
All right. What else, Pat?
So we got a Red Band trailer for The Monkey.
Yes.
And Dylan was texting me separately. He was like, "Did you hear about this movie?" I'm like, "Yeah, it played in front of Nosferatu, but
not mine,
not the Red Band trailer." And I just watched it a couple hours ago. I'm like, "Fucking hate this movie."
I can't wait. I can't wait.
One of the guys from Fun Time Horror Podcast, I cannot remember his name, and I apologize if you're listening. He went to a showing, and fucking Osgood Perkins was there.
Oh my god,
man,
dude,
the man.
Justin
what's good, Oz?
Saw it and said it's phenomenal. I am so excited.
I'm so excited. Is this going to be listen? Is 2024 such a good year for horror that it's gonna break with these up and coming early January, February movies? Is this going to break the trend of bad early year horror movies?
Maybe.
Because last year we got Afraid, we got Night Swim, we got Imaginary. Just turd after turd after turd.
And so far we got Wolfman that isn't horrible.
Yeah.
It's not like an amazing movie, but I've heard decent things from it.
I've heard it's surprisingly scary. I've heard that the jump scares that are in this movie are actually good.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's the same person that did The Invisible Man, which I didn't see.
Yeah, Lee Linnell. He did Saw and all that shit.
But I heard it's good. I heard people. I haven't heard one person say anything bad about that movie.
No, the Invisible Man is really good.
Yeah, Invisible. No. Yeah.
No, it did nuances to that story and that monster, which was really cool.
Really good.
Like the technology shit was fucking. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, oh,
Presence is another like haunted house movie that just coming out soon.
Which one?
Presence.
Is that who's doing that movie? Is it Steven Soderbergh?
Oh, here, let me type it up real quick because I don't have it.
Because I know, isn't Lucy Liu in it?
No.
Lucy Liu's in something scary coming out.
There's a movie called Lucy Liu that's an independent film.
That must be a documentary about Lucy Liu, and I would watch that.
So
absolutely,
Steven Soderbergh is the director of this movie, and it has Lucy Liu in it. Yes,
yeah, I recognize my girl anywhere, dog. Lucy Liu is a national treasure.
And then there is Companion that's coming out that is featuring Sophie Thatcher and Jack Quaid, which if we all remember,
Jack Quaid's in Smile 2.
Heretic.
No, that's Jack Nicholson's son.
Yeah.
Jack Quaid, is that Dennis Quaid's son?
Dennis Quaid's son, he was in Scream 6 and Scream 6.
Oh, he was. Oh, yeah, he's in The Boys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I like him.
Sophie Thatcher was in Heretic. So I actually
that's a good cast.
Tickets to go to like a free VIP screening of this week in the city, and I'm hoping I can get there early enough to grab a seat because it's one of those like get here while you can is like from Fangoria. But what else, Pat?
Speaking of movies that are coming out, Warner Brothers and Christopher Columbus is reportedly planned to do a new Gremlins movie.
Christopher Columbus,
yes,
Christopher Columbus. There's a man. Currently,
he did the first Harry Potter's, right? The first one, right?
Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone,
yes,
is done by Chris Columbus.
Chris Columbus.
You're over here. I was like, this is a motherfucker whose name is Christopher Columbus, and he did not change his name. The hate that man must feel.
Dude, yeah, as the years progress, his name and people react a little differently to his name.
Well, it's just Arthur's fist every fucking time someone says it. Oh man. But a whole new Gremlins movie?
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, sure. Why the fuck not? All right, sure.
Well, I mean, when Gremlins is a PG movie, right?
Yeah.
PG meant something different back then.
Sure did.
It meant a whole lot different. So if you could keep the energy of Gremlins, but also like if I could watch it with my nephews, that would be fucking cool.
True. I agree. I think I don't think Gremlins is something that I ever wanted to like venture into the rated R sphere. Maybe
never.
But I just think that it is
really necessary.
Yeah, the Gremlins themselves are fucking terrible.
Movies like that are so important. Like Gremlins, Monster Squad, like PG horror centered things for kids is so important because that's the gateway.
We all can't just be showing our kids fucking 100 Days of Sodom.
Yeah, can't Terrifier 3. I remember my brother showed my oldest nephew when he was a young kid. He was like, "Oh, he could watch it," and then the kid, and then he goes, "Yeah, I forgot the kid gets his arm ripped off."
Yeah,
and then I was like, "Yeah, maybe don't show him that." And then my mom had enough gall to be like, "How dare you show him that?" And then with her track record of
for real,
I'm like, "That's the pot calling the kettle black, there, Mom."
Yeah,
she's like, "What? It's fun."
I mean, when I was 12, my dad showed me the 100 Faces of Death. You guys ever seen that?
Fuck yeah, dude. Hell
I've never seen it and I don't care to.
No, don't watch it. It's fucked up.
It's not for you, Dylan.
It is not for me. Some things are not for me.
This is rated not for Dylan.
Yes.
Anything else, Ben?
ND. That's all I got.
So I have two things for you, real quick things. We don't have to talk about, but two things for you physical media collectors out there. On February 25th, for a whole $39, you can get a limited edition steelbook 4K ultra high def of Your Next. So if you're a fan of Your Next, pretty fucking sick. Also on March 18th, you can get an ultra 4K HD fucking steelbook of The Last of Us Season 1.
Ooh. Where?
It hasn't say where it's coming from based on Night Dogs. Where is it? It doesn't say where it's going to be for pre-order, but it's a thing that's coming out. Like it's an actual steelbook. Let me open this link that they hyperlinked. It's on Amazon. $45. It's going to be $50 when it drops, but you can buy. There's a DVD version, Blu-ray, and a 4K version.
Oh hell yeah!
So just wanted to honorable mentions, and also before we fucking start today's episode, something horrible happened in the horror community.
I was just going to bring that up. I wasn't sure if we were going to talk about it.
The entire episode is now dedicated from this point out, even though he has nothing to do with this movie. But the man, the myth, the fucking legend, David Lynch passed away the other day.
Didn't see it coming.
Did not see it coming.
Didn't see it coming.
Total fucking shock.
I thought he'd live to be like 200 years old.
It's just shitty because it's just like it feels like some of like the last like really great directors in this world are really just like dropping off.
No, real fucking artist, man.
Yeah, like, for real, truly a real artist.
Like I still, to this day, I'll rewatch Dune just because of his fucking wackiness of
Eraserhead, Twin Peaks,
Eraserhead.
All of his honestly, all of his films. Yeah, he does not have a bad movie.
Did I ever tell you the story?
I'm not the biggest Eraserhead fan.
I one time, let me tell you.
I watched it. Hold on. I did watch it in the appropriate setting, which is at like 1 a.m. at a friend's house at a party that died down. And the last ones that were left were on the couch watching a movie.
Okay.
And it was Eraserhead. And I was like,
I have a similar story.
I like this.
I was at a party and I was going through my friend's DVD collection and I saw Elephant Man.
Oh.
And I said, well, this would be fun to play at a party. So I started playing it, left the room, came back, and there's like 3 people like crying. I was like, oh, fuck.
What have I done?
Yeah, I remember I saw Elephant Man on TV. God. I was like, what the fuck is this?
This is the first time I've seen it. But yeah, man, just a real blow to not only the horror community, but just the cinematic community, just because a true legend and the man who was artfully masterful in his desire to make films and discuss certain social social themes and commentary. I just wasn't expecting it. Total blow and just not a fun fucking time. the 2025 guys not looking good. All right.
No.
Horror movie wise,
sick as fuck. World events wise, lame as
yeah. But I mean, I never knew that David Lynch and Jerry Seinfeld were such good friends.
He's friends with everybody.
Well, it's because I don't know if you guys have looked into David Lynch's transcendental meditation thing that he does. He has a foundation that tries to put that in the schools for young kids, like to get them to kind of like, I mean, nobody's like David Lynch.
No.
Like he's 1 in a billion. And I feel like that has something to do with it, and Jerry Seinfeld really, he attributes transcendental meditation to a lot of his success. And a lot of people who are successful also are a part of that foundation and attribute that to their success. Whether it's hocus pocus or it actually works, I don't know. But I do think that that's a very forward thinking thing of David Lynch to be in and try to get it for kids to kind of put them in a better mental state, because they need it now more than ever. Because people in China are just now finding out that we sell bulletproof backpacks for our kids.
They're blown away.
And they're blown away. They're also blown away that we pay for our own ambulances.
Yes. I saw a post on Red Note and it was like, why do Americans eat like their health care is free? And I was like,
yeah. I felt that was right at us. Shots fired.
We can't complain. You're not wrong. You're not fucking wrong.
You're not.
But moving on, guys, let's talk about the movie. Let's talk about one of my favorite films. I can't speak to my boys Pat and Dylan, but this has been in my top 5 all-time favorite horror movies, all favorite movies, for a very long time. Hellraiser, again, released in 1987, was written and directed by the man Clive Barker, and it's a British horror film based on his novella, The Hellbound Heart, which I highly recommend to read if you love Hellraiser, or even if you don't like Hellraiser and you want to learn more about where this world comes from. The Hellbound Heart, you can get it practically anywhere for free on the internet because it's so old. It introduced the world to Cenobites, otherworldly beings who explore pain and pleasure to the extremes, led by the now iconic Pinhead, played by oh my god, why can't I think of his name? Oh my god, Doug Bradley. I was like, it was there, but I couldn't remember it. The story centers on a mysterious box, which we come to find out is called the Lament Configuration, that opens a portal to the Cenobites dimension and unleashes horror on those who solve it. And boys, who would like to start with their initial thoughts and first watches of Hellraiser?
Go ahead, Pat.
Oh, I love this movie. I didn't even rewatch it for this review because I've always
I've watched this movie.
When we were on a hiatus during 2020. I did it to myself and I watched all the Hellraiser movies because I only seen from that point on only the first 2.
The best.
Which are the best. I think I like 2 a little bit more than this one. Mm-hmm. Just because of the world building and the sceneries and all that shit. But we'll talk about that some other day. The first one, because it starts out so fucking well. And
God,
it's such a, because I guess we'll get into that later, but the Cenobites play like a later on in the movie, which is kind of cool. You gotta have like kind of like a Jaws effect with them.
Definitely, 100%. You only really see them for maybe a few frames in the beginning of the movie with Frank, and then they're kind of gone for a very decent chunk of this movie.
You're telling me.
All of a sudden, they reappear towards the third act, which is, I think, to me, is genius because it makes you want to play this whole fact of like what's really happening. How have they not noticed that Frank is gone? Right. Yeah. But then again, they're also
in the movie they do say like Frank does like these benders and he disappears for a while and then comes back.
I'm talking about the Cenobites.
The Cenobites. Yes.
how they know that they're
Frank's on
a torture is missing.
Yeah, true.
Frank's on a bender at some random bazaar in Morocco.
Yeah.
For real. Frank is an interesting character. He's definitely fucking
kind of starts like Gremlins. kind of Asian man sells sketchy box.
Here you go. I think for me, I remember watching this when I was probably way too young to watch this and was just enthralled by the character design. I think the Cenobites themselves are some of the coolest character creation that you can think of when it comes to monsters. I think that, Douglas Bradley, God, am I saying his name right? It's Doug Bradley, and I'm calling him Douglas Bradley.
Well, I mean, Doug Douglas is,
it's interchangeable. I think his portrayal of Pinhead is just fucking phenomenal. Chatterbox, all of the Cenobites
Chatterbox was okay. So how my parents just didn't give a fuck for what I watched when I was younger.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
This was the only movie they wouldn't rent for me because it had the word hell in it.
They're like, no, Patrick.
Yeah,
the hypocrites they are. They're like 100 Faces of Death, no problem. Hellraiser, no. So I didn't watch this till I was like a teenager. But
oh wow,
I watched the first one. I was like, oh shit, because I remember going to Blockbuster seeing Pinhead's face, and I'm like, that's so fucking cool.
This movie has an iconic fucking iconic DVD slipcase.
Yes,
just that menacing grin, him holding the laminate configuration with his hands. This movie exudes everything that I fucking love. And I remember just being enthralled by it and just thinking the whole, not being a teenager, not knowing what the deeper themes of this movie are really attacking, but just watching this, like the hooks go into Frank's skin and pull him from fucking part to part was just absolutely fucking metal.
And the thing is too, for the most part, it's all practical. I think for the most part, all the movies are very much hands-on with practical effects.
Yeah.
It's a good looking movie.
Yeah.
It holds up to this day.
Until the last act, but we'll talk about
until last act. And then
oh my God.
If you guys want to watch Hellraiser in 4 fucking K remaster, Phantom Events is actually doing an event for February 5th and 6th. They're playing Hellraiser remastered in theaters. So
I might go
check your fucking Regal app and see if that's playing. I know I'm going because I don't
think Sav's ever seen any of the Hellraisers, so this should be fun.
That should be a fun adventure for Sav.
This was my girlfriend's first viewing of the movie.
And okay. What was your? Go ahead, Dylan. Explore.
Tell us yours.
It's all right.
That's all she said.
No, that's what I said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's all right. And it's funny. I watch certain parts of this movie and I go, I don't remember this part, and then I don't remember this either. And then I went, oh, Dylan, have you not seen this movie all the way through? I've never seen it all the way through. I caught it at the tail end of it most of the times, I suppose, because I remember there being a lot more Cenobites than there is. And there isn't.
No, you're thinking there's Cenobites come down the road, and they're more of like a boogeyman more than anything. The movie is very like playing on the stories have always been on the playing on humans tapping into unknown power and just not really giving a fuck, right?
Yeah. And what you would do for a good fuck.
Yeah, it's just like it's like, you mean to tell me that this dude Frank has just been taking skanks and sluts back to this fucking dilapidated 9-10 bedroom house?
Yes.
Oh no, I don't think so.
And then just like he had a lot of photos, and and the woman, what's the woman's name?
Julia. Listen, there's one thing about Julia.
Dirty bitch, you dirty bitch.
She's a dirty bitch. She's doing it all for the wrong things.
She's in it, bro. But I mean, like the thing about that is that the movie plays on desire and obsession. Like that's a huge part of the Hellraiser world. Like this movie in particular examines the dangers of like unchecked lust and obsession. In Frank being one of the most central characters next to Julia, he is consumed on this pursuit of sensation. Like, and it just leads him to this puzzle box, and he happens to fall victim to the Cenobites, who are going to give him the most pleasure that he can could want. It just happens that their form of pleasure is extreme pain and torment.
Yes. Which is metal.
Which is absolutely fucking black metal, dude.
It's a fine movie. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I love metal movies as much as the next guy. I don't know. I could never watch Hellraiser again and be happy. I'm just not that into it.
Please, no.
I'm not that into it. It's fine. It's a fine movie. It's that end that end with the homeless man. My girlfriend, like, her jaw dropped because she's usually really good about like guessing what's going to happen in a movie. And she was like, I couldn't really guess what was figuring out. She was like, it's a better movie, I guess. Like, she's like, it definitely got better towards the end, and it does. But like when they're in the house, the main what's the young woman's name?
Christy, the daughter.
Christy. I mean, she makes questionable decisions while in the house, and it's just it's you think you're gonna get this Cenobite movie, and you get a love triangle.
Listen.
From beyond dimensions of pleasure and pain.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then when I say
Absolutely.
it like that, it makes it sound as cool as I'm just saying it's not. It's a fine movie. I can appreciate it for its ability to visually stand the test of time, thematically be ahead of its time as far as like, yeah, there's demon movies, but these types of monsters and demons from, whatever, like that's a little different, a little more out there. It's fine. It's fine.
Well, it's okay that you think that, because
You're wrong, though.
you're wrong, and that's fine. We love you, but it's okay. Just know that you're wrong.
Okay.
I think for me, like,
We're gonna
the fact
bully you
that
to liking this movie,
We're gonna
Dylan.
bully you till you like it. We're gonna give
ain't gonna happen.
Oh, listen, brother. There are books and there are comics. I will get you to like Hellraiser.
No.
So I think
feel
it's
like-
very interesting that this was his first movie ever, and it had $1 million budget.
Yeah.
So they
And-
say.
It looks good.
It looks, especially Frank's resurrection scene.
Yes.
That right there is such a fucking phenomenal scene. And the way they did that, filming it all in reverse order so that it really kind of, he starts from a human and breaks down to the skeletal skin.
I mean, yeah, it's apparent.
It's so fucking good. I don't know, man. It blows me away that you didn't like it as much. I thought you.
How dare you, Dylan? You're gonna make Mike cry.
You're making me fucking cry.
I mean,
Do we even
I
need a
can't.
spoiler for this movie? If you haven't seen
fuck
this,
no. If you haven't watched Hellraiser, man, we're not
Let's go.
playing like the gatekeeper hat or anything. But like,
We'll just give
the
it to
movie is
him.
from the 80s. It fucking it's grandfathered into like the horror world, so like so much that like you just know it without having seen it. So yeah,
Right.
there's
No, and then-
spoilers are
Yeah.
spoilers, man.
And like
and also too, when you say horror icons, there's going to be a few. There's going to be Freddy. There's going to be Jason. There's going to be Michael. But then you got Pinhead. Not only
Yeah.
just Pinhead, as a fucking deep fans as we are, we consider Pinhead the main one. But we got the other Cenobites that are so iconic, so good, so much. Chomper, I guess, whatever the fuck his name
Chomper.
is, to me, even when I was a teenager, to this day, still one of the scariest Cenobites I've ever seen.
And
yeah,
Butterball.
the one with the teeth.
Yeah.
Isn't
That's
that a kid? Isn't he like a child? I remember because I've seen clips of like, I have throughout my life and having Sci-Fi Channel as like a regular cable channel throughout my life.
Yeah.
I've seen bits and pieces of every Hellraiser movie probably.
Yeah.
And I know at
Well-
one point they kind of showed the identities of the people before they were the Cenobites in one movie.
In the other movies,
and the chat, I thought he was called Chatterbox.
There's Chatterer,
Something like that.
which is
Chatter-
the one
yeah.
with the teeth.
Yeah, that's a kid. I remember, like, before he became that, he was a child. And he must have found the cube and was turned into a Cenobite or something. But
I don't remember.
We'll have to reach out to Clive Barker to get some understanding on the phone.
or we'll have to watch all the Hellraiser movies.
Which I already did, but I'll do it again.
Hold on. From the Hellraiser anthology volume, as a pre-teenage boy, Chatterer, known as Jim, frames his mother for the murder of his abusive father and is sent to an orphanage where he and the adolescents are taught that they will be useless to society. It's a Hellraiser wiki fandom, so
Yeah.
Dylan's not wrong.
I'm not, for a person that doesn't know
He's
shit
never been
about this shit,
shown
like,
explicitly as a child, but apparently his lore in however he finds the laminate configuration and becomes a Cenobite is somewhere in this fucking Hellraiser wiki fandom.
Like, yeah, Hellraiser is not a movie that, like you said, it's in theaters and Regal Cinema. I won't go.
Oh, I mean,
I just won't. You know, like there's lots of movies I will do that for. Hellraiser's just not one of them. I mean, my girlfriend liked it. I was surprised she liked it just because how bizarre it was. She likes bizarre shit, I guess. I think she likes stuff that she doesn't expect.
True.
That's the thing. And Hellraiser's got some stuff in there that you wouldn't expect.
100%. I mean, like this movie was banned in a lot of countries for its like, overt fucking themes of BDSM and fucking what are the other things? There's BDSM imagery themes. A lot of countries censored and banned this movie, and Clive Barker pulled a lot of this like this fucking movie from his experiences actually in the underground BDSM clubs in New York and Amsterdam.
That's badass.
Heavily influenced themes of like pain and pleasure and what's taboo. Which is why I love Hellraiser.
Do you guys remember Clive Barker did like a line for Todd McFarlane toys?
Yep.
Yes. So that's 100%. That was my first introduction to Clive Barker. Again, my parents bought me the toys, would not let me see Hellraiser though.
Yeah, Clive Barker. I'm pulling them up right now because
the toys are fucking crazy.
Toys are very aggressive. Were fucking sick. So they were called Tormented Souls. That was the line from Clive Barker, and they were some of the sickest fucking things.
Yeah, if you thought the Cenobites were disturbing, these toys took it to a step further.
Did you ever play the Clive Barker Xbox games?
Which one?
Jericho.
Jericho.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, there's Jericho, and then there's I think it's called Undying.
It is Undying. Yep,
yeah,
I just pulled it up.
Yeah, I've played those. Those were fun.
He's a phenomenal writer. So
yeah, the games were cool and fun. I remember them kind of being at the time, you know, with my little new metal self, thinking that all that shit was badass as fuck.
I would suggest, Dylan, if you like the idea of the world and that the cinema, because the books and the comics go into more detail about the actual Cenobite world.
Yeah,
I think Dylan's gonna like the second one.
I think Dylan's gonna love the second one
because the second one plays. It is still a horror movie, but it's more fantasy.
Yep.
About
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that idea.
It plays off
I don't want anyone to say. I don't want anyone to think that I hate this movie. I don't hate it.
You fucking disturb.
I don't hate this movie. But this movie to me, it's just a movie that like I don't have to like watch again. I don't have to. I don't feel the urge to watch it. I just, you know, if anything, I'd watch the Hellraiser Hulu movie before I'd watch the original one.
Which
because I like that movie so much.
I think we all said we liked it too. The remake.
I love the Hulu. I think Sean and Chandler from Welcome to Creepy Camp. They did not like it, and I was blown the fuck away. Because
maybe we should do an episode because we done that movie?
No, so I think what's gonna stem from this conversation is we have to now do a fucking marathon.
Great,
TBD on that one, but we'll look at Hellraiser 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll do
the franchise. Not even at the end, at the middle of its run, it goes to space in the future.
Literally, 100%.
So isn't there one with video games too, or like
yes? So I think it's the fourth or fifth one where he goes to space, and it's not Doug Bradley.
It's Hell World, which is with the hackers video game thing.
Yeah, and it's not Doug Bradley. It's someone else, and it's Fat Pinhead.
Dude, it's fucking sick. I don't give a fuck.
Dude, Hell World is that shit's fucking tight. That's like some twisted metal shit.
100% what happened was someone watched The Matrix and was like, fuck yeah, dude. Hellraiser in The Matrix? Let's fucking go.
anything that gives off the vibe of like The Matrix or like twisted metal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure Hellworld was let me pull it real quick because I'm pretty sure it's 2005. Fucking gamers playing an MMORPG based on the Hellraiser films. It went super meta. It did not do good. It's not a good movie, and you'll soon learn that Hellraisers 3 through 6 are not good at all. But they're fucking insane and wild. And Patrick's already done this, so we're gonna make him redo it.
Yeah, it's fine.
But for those who
he's like Frank in this movie, you can't send me back. You can't do it.
Dude, Julia's character.
Come to daddy.
The lack of, or I shouldn't say the lack of, the ability for this woman to break all moral codes for some.
She wants some dick.
Is absolutely fucking insane. She remembered dude, she fucked Frank on the day of their wedding on her wedding dress.
You dirty bitch.
Frank
You
was
dirty bitch.
laying
You
it the
dirty bitch.
fuck down, dude. That's all I can.
He
be
really
said.
was.
Frank was laying it down because she saw his disgusting, non-skin having, gooey, goopy body
Still wanted
and was
it.
like, God damn it.
The coochie went berserk. Like she saw like his deformed corpse that couldn't even get on. He had to drag his legs because he didn't have the bone marrow or the density or the strength to get up. And dude, the coochie went berserk for that
Insane.
because she just at the remembrance of the dickening that this dude laid on this woman.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's such a horny movie, dude.
It's the horniest movie. I think my Issa went out for dinner and I was at home watching this last week.
Pervert.
And she came home and she was like, "What are you watching?" And I'm like,
Nothing.
only the horniest movie ever, which is Hellraiser. She's like, "Oh yeah," and I'm like, "Dude, Julia's fucking. Hey, she knows what she likes. We can't fault her for that."
It's like 5
He fucking
Deftones.
murdered people for
Yeah.
him.
hey, sometimes you got to murder for some fucking good. Okay.
It's like watching this is like listening to 5 Deftone songs at once.
Yes.
100%.
Full
Listen,
blast, too.
Her fucking cuck of a husband ain't doing it.
He's just a chill dude. I don't know what's
Is
it.
he?
He's
Is he?
he's a chill dude. He seems chill to me. Just wants to watch the boxing match and hang out with his
Get a
wife.
fucking mattress up the stairs, ripping his fucking arm open on a nail.
Hey, listen, he tried. Okay, he tried. He was doing his best. Who said he even had to help them? He was doing it because he's a good chill dude.
I think he was probably fucking delaying, honestly. Like being someone who has worked in the moving industry, the last thing that you fucking want is the client helping you, because that's when you know shit's gonna go wrong, and it did.
Yeah.
I'm actually trying to pull up something real quick. I buy this book and it's called Phantasmag. It's a queer indie horror magazine, and I love them. I actually have, this is issue 1, and I actually have issue 2 right here. But in issue 1, they actually have a whole piece that's titled "Such Sights to Show Us: Revisiting Hellraiser with costume designer Jane Wildgoose." The multi-talented artist researcher reflects on the 1987 horror classic and a dynamic career exploring death. And it's actually really interesting. I was trying to find this line here where she talks about how the original working title of the movie was Sadomasochist from Beyond the Grave.
That's a better title.
That was probably a hard sell to the movie.
Sadomasochist from Beyond the Grave.
From the Beyond the Grave.
That is such a badass title.
Yes. And also Berserk, the manga. The villains in that manga are very much inspired by the Cenobites, the God Hand.
Yes.
Which are one of the best designed villains in any anime / manga.
You ready to shit your pants, Pat?
What?
I've never seen Berserk.
That's fine.
That's
That's what Pat says when he wants to stop himself from having an aneurysm. That's fine.
That's fine.
Because you can tell from the tone of voice, it is in fact not fine.
It's not fine.
I'm wearing a Berserk shirt right now.
I am gonna post this,
and I have the fucking
read the room,
Berserk.
asshole.
Oh, yeah, I like Berserk.
I am going to post this in the show notes, though, for anyone who wants to pick up the Phantasmag.
It's very cool.
It's such a great book. It's very fucking thick. These are both issues, but a lot of actual interesting stories in the interview with Jane Wildgoose about her development of the Cenobites look and character design is actually super interesting and something that's actually never been really talked about. Like, we talk about, oh man, Doug Bradley looks so fucking sick as Pinhead, but I've never heard this woman's name, being a huge Hellraiser fan, that she is the one who actually spent the time and was handpicked by Clive Barker out of all of the artists to do the costume design for this fucking movie.
Which is sick.
So sick. You were saying something, Pat, and I don't know if you've lost.
I'm done with the Berserk rant.
Maybe one day I want to watch it.
There's not much to this movie. So, like, this movie it's the prime of the 80s, right? We're introduced to some characters we're introduced to the husband, Larry, Frank, the brother, Julia, and Christy. Julia is the stepmother, and there is a scene in the movie that once like Julia has killed maybe 2 people at this time. She's just clobbering them with a fucking claw of a hammer. Yeah. And Frank is either sucking their blood and goody goods up.
How's that work?
Skin. I don't know. I'm here for it though.
The things they don't show you in the movie.
Yeah, the things they don't show you is the things you want to see. Him like getting a fucking like bindi straw and just like sucking them up like a high C juice box.
Which I've never understood how that works.
The blood is what brings him life. So something about the blood is able to regenerate all of his cells and like help him come back into his human form. I think it explores it more in detail in the book about Frank's character and what the blood actually does to bring him back and like regenerate him and like break.
Because they don't explain why that does that. They just go, oh, he bled on the floor. Now I'm alive.
It bleeds on the floor and it kind of brings him out of that world that he's kind of stuck in he's in an interdimensional plane, right? He's not in another world. I mean, he is and he isn't. But he's in that house. He's just interdimensional in that house. So when the blood dripped, it touched him as he's like spinning on that thing. And for some reason it was I think it was because it's his brother's blood, and maybe that's what the book talks about. I can't remember off the top of my head. It's been a couple of years since I've read it, but I think the connection of his brother's blood probably brought him back to that plane. And then it was just like, hey, fuck, this works. I need blood, or I need bodies in order to come back to my full form. And we kind of just see those events play out. Christy has dinner with her father. He's like, you should check on Julia and see if she's doing okay. And the daughter does it, and then she notices this fucking woman with her sick mullet is just
the hair
luring men to the house, like, and she's like thinking the worst, obviously, like, oh my god, this woman's cheating on my father. Like,
well, no, she wasn't thinking the worst, because it was worse than what she thought.
It's true. You're right.
It was worse than what she thought. I love it how the lack of riz that are in the men that she brings to the house.
Yeah.
Because the guy's going up the stairs, like she's like right up here. And as they're going up the stairs, he stops and he goes, I'm just so lonely. And she's like, God damn it, I can't wait to kill this fucking incel loser. Oh, it's fine. We're all lonely sometimes now. My skin.
He's got the biggest whitey tighties on.
I know. I looked at all the underwear that these dead people have. I'm like, y'all are wearing this back then?
Was this it? Was this what was fire back then?
Oh God, I couldn't imagine watching someone like that take their pants off and be like, ooh, I can't wait.
I can't.
Let's just go.
Skin marks and all.
Yeah, dude, for real. The official underwear of skid marks. Like, oh God, disgusting.
I'm trying to think. So, I mean, there's a lot that happens in this movie. Christy kind of like almost kind of similar to Nightmare on Elm Street with God, what's her name?
Nancy.
With Nancy's character, she's going to the hospital. She's having these fucking like dreams and all this fucking shit. In this movie, she figures out the Lament Configuration, which summons the Cenobites into the world. And I think that scene is done really well. I think whenever they do bring the Cenobites into the universe, I think it's really cool how they like, it's the electricity and all of the smoke and all of this like bizarre shit is happening.
Yeah.
The fucking scorpion hallway monster.
Yeah,
dude. Okay, yes. The Lovecraftian looking fucking.
That's
creature.
what I remember most of anything from my watching it on TV as a kid. That's the part I always seemed to turn. Like when I would see Hellraiser was on and I would just turn it. That seemed to be the part that I always turned it on at, because I've seen that scene a bunch of times, and it's still cool, and it's still like it's still like he's right on her before she gets out of there. And like, it's behind the wall, like wanting to get out. And yeah, that's a very good practical effect, prosthetics type deal.
Not only to mention is like, Chrissy is an awesome final girl.
Yeah.
Like, she's not stupid. Like,
she's a little stupid. I mean, like, hey man, she's dealing with interdimensional beings and she's never fucking had to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, one has his fingers straight in her mouth.
No, because it's like, okay, hear me out. So she does everything kind of normal. It's no big deal. It's whatever. It's fine. And then she meets the Cenobites and goes, I know who you're looking for. Take him instead of me. Okay. She goes to the house and is like, we have to go. Things are bad. Things are bad. Her dad, quote unquote, has blood all around his face. Mm-hmm. She doesn't say, are you all right, Dad?
No.
She just looks like, we gotta go. There's blood everywhere.
Wait till you see the second one.
and then on top of that, she realizes that it's Frank, right? And then the people, she goes upstairs and unfortunately finds her chill ass dad dead.
Yep.
And the Cenobites show up and they go, we want who was responsible for this. And it's like, cool, he's right downstairs. Or it's what she should have thought after seeing all the fucking blood around his face. And then she goes downstairs, realizes it's Frank, doesn't go into the room where the demons are that want to take him away and kill him, goes in the room across the hall to hide.
Hey, man, she's just a teenage girl.
What would you do?
I would run into the Cenobite room and sell him out.
Rat Frank out.
I would sell his ass out.
I mean, yeah.
I'd be like, help, he's right here. Help.
But Frank knows that room is potentially a danger zone, right? I mean,
plus you don't know what they're going to do to you.
True.
They're too busy with him.
No,
I mean, but they'll take one.
Look, she figured out twisting that box did something, but
got fingers in her mouth.
Got fingers in her mouth. Well, you want to do that again?
That's better than
with
chains
Chompers
and hooks.
McGee over here.
I think what's insane is like towards the end of the movie, like Frank's like he has like this ruthlessness to survive. And in that survival, pursuit of survival, he like accidentally kills Julia by like stabbing her with the knife she used to help him regenerate.
Let's call it a happy accident.
Yeah, exactly. I think he meant to do it.
I do
because he drains her of all the goo and marrow and shit, but like he still looks the same.
Yep. And
didn't heal his cheek.
I think it's interesting that like she in that moment of her death. She like her face looks horrified and betrayed. Like she's like finally has come to sense to be like Frank is and has always been a horrible person and has never truly cared about her. He's only been there for the sex. That's all he cares about. He cares about himself and that's it. So it's actually pretty insane, like a horrible ending for her. In her
Frank is the dark side of the cool uncle.
Yeah,
yeah.
I do think I like that when Christy finally lures Frank into the room with the Cenobites and the chains fly out and they hook onto his fucking skin.
Yeah.
I love that like they stretch and mutilate him and like they're ripping it apart in graphic detail. And I think like if I'm remembering correctly, that's when they definitely say the line, we have such sights to show you, like,
right?
Marking Frank's end. But I like that the one of the Cenobites, I can't remember if it is Pinhead, but he goes, "This is not for your eyes." Like the torment that they're about to give Frank. But she uses the Lament configuration on their ass. She's like Uno reverse. She's like, I knocked two birds out with this one. She's like,
Uno reverse, draw for it.
I got you guys out and Frank's. Let's fucking go. And that's kind of how the movie ends. And the cool thing I love about the second one, Dylan, that you're going to love is it kind of almost does a Halloween 2
it does.
with it. And
it's a continuation straight off.
Exactly. And I think you're going to enjoy. I think you will enjoy 2.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
We will do our marathon.
You must walk the path of to Mordor.
One does not simply walk to Mordor. And I just want to point out, guys, if you're interested in reading the books, there is the Hellbound Heart, which is 1986. There is the Scarlet Gospels, which is in 2015. Those are both written by Clive Barker. If you're not so much interested in the books and you want to dab your finger in the comic book universe, there is some comics from 1989 through 1993 from Epic. They were published by Marvel's Epic comic imprint, and I can't remember what the name of them is, but they're definitely Hellraiser comics. There's 20 issues of them. Then there's the Boom Studios series one. Pat, I think that's probably one we're probably all more familiar with.
Yeah,
there's the Hellraiser
like Marvel Epic Marvel. I'm like, I do not remember that.
I'll have to Google it. Yeah, look it more up. But I can tell you definitively, the Dark Watch series is badass. That is the one where it focuses more on the female Cenobite.
Cenobites, yeah.
And it is just so cool because you are fucking in their world. It's terrifying. It's graphic.
I think too, the book never identified Pinhead as a male or female.
Yeah, we're saying these terms that they're it's not. They people just classify them as that because like like Deep Throat, which is the like more feminine looking which is an insane fucking name, but it's mainly just because she has her fucking
that deserves
throat she just has her fucking throat slit open like
pussy neck.
Yeah, so she's referred to as Deep Throat. I mean, none of these names are actually some of them are, but some like Pinhead was never designed by Clive Barker. That's not what that main Cenobite is referred to in the book. That's just fans who are like, he's got a pinhead, so therefore his name
Pinhead.
Pinhead. He's like everyone was like Stan Lee when they were naming this motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then Pat, dude, some of these covers, these Marvel covers, dude, are fucking sick.
I gotta dig deep in that.
Marvel Epic Comics Pinhead, and I will try.
So this came out in the 90s.
Screen. Here, let me just do this real quick.
Yeah.
I'm moving some things over. I'm going to now share my fucking screen, and everyone will be able to see. Look at these fucking covers, dude.
God damn, these are 90s.
Super fucking 90s, man.
I need to get
yeah.
I'm gonna collect these.
You need to come back up here, Pat. We need to go to that fucking shop that we went to. And I bet
the one where we thought we were going to see. We thought we were going to see Cenobites there for real.
At one point in time, we thought we may hit the Lament Configuration and open the portal for the Cenobites in this warehouse.
We were there. There was like I was like. We saw a mountain of just like in a cat bin, cat litter. It just smelled like cat piss. We're like, "Where's the cat?"
We never saw the cat.
That's not a good sign.
No.
I'm like, oh, these employees. This is probably where they shit and piss.
Yeah, because we found their bathroom and it was
not good.
It was not good, everybody.
But man, did they have fucking golden age, dude? They had key issues.
They had fucking promo shit from fucking Spawn.
Yeah,
like it's just insane. If you're in the Brooklyn area. It's down 3rd Avenue going towards
we really thought we were gonna get Shank on the way there.
Yeah, I don't remember. It's going down towards like you're on your way to go to Staten Island on 3rd, and you get into the warehouse district. You take a right. There are no signs.
No,
there are none. You just park and you hope you don't die, and then you walk into a mysterious building. Again, there are no signs. And
no, we came across a troll that said, "You're trying to look for the comic book shop."
Pat and I, we just fucking, we said, all right, if we die here, we die happy.
You have to draw a door out of chalk.
Yeah,
it was fucking insane. And eventually, we fucking found it. We were like, is this
their door? Their door was half a cardboard.
Weird guys. I think Pat, you ended up buying a fucking something with haunt. Was it haunt related?
No, I bought this from Image Pit.
That's right, the fucking Pit character. Anyways, so
I think I gave my money to a customer because I didn't.
I think you did too.
You very well could have.
There was just
some guy sitting in the chair. I'm like, he looks like an employee. Here's the $10.
Here's $10.
I have to go to this place.
You both need to come up, right?
Dylan's going to talk to everybody and make friends.
There's only three people there.
They gave me this free box. It's like you twist things around. They said something cool would happen.
Dylan, they have like movie posters from back in the day. Like
that had mildew on it, mind you.
Yeah, some of them are not in the best condition.
I want to come up there because Paradise Lost is playing some shows up in the Northeast, and they're because I think they're playing Maryland Death Fest. And they're playing Draconian Times all the way through. Paradise Lost is like one of my favorite bands, and like a band that like is at the top of my list of bands I have to see live.
Yeah.
They're playing somewhere called La Potion Rouge or something like that. It's in Brooklyn somewhere.
All right.
But if I come up for that, I will let you know.
Yeah. Pat, coordinate. Come with him.
Ian, I'm trying to convince Ian to come up with me.
The pot, bring the whole.
Because Ian loves Paradise. Well, I mean, you saw it in the group chat. You're in our group chat, so
yeah.
We're all gonna bunk up at the pod.
Do bunk up in the pod.
Yeah.
All right. So
if my girlfriend comes though, I ain't doing that.
No, dude. Ian and Pat get a bunk. You can get a queen room.
There we go.
So
the queen himself.
this movie checks a lot of boxes for me, right? It's got a lot of great practical effects. It's stand the time, the test of time. Watching this the other day, just it always makes me happy. I enjoy Frank's character, and I say that with the respect of like he is a trash human being, but his character,
you love to hate him.
Of his character is just so interesting. Julia's character is also interesting to me. I think the characters are really well developed because they are based on characters from a book that was already fleshed out, well published and well read. So I think it was really interesting to see it come to a film adaptation by the same person, and I love that. Like, this wasn't some other director that got involved, another writer. It was the guy who wrote this book, who wrote the story, who came in and said, I want to turn this into a feature film. And I think it truly shows that it started something. Obviously, there are a lot of Hellraiser movies. There's the new Hellraiser 2022 movie that was phenomenal. Clive Barker still, to this day, I think publishes like self stories that kind of pertain to the Hellraiser world.
I thought you were going to say he writes self-help books.
But with that being said, for me, it's no shocker. It's a 5 out of 5. It's one of my top favorite films ever of all time. And I would love to know what you dorks think of it or what your ratings are.
You want me to go first, Dylan? So you go rant? All right. I'm giving it a 4. I love it. It's a good intro to the franchise. A classic, good story. It felt like to me when I first saw it when I was a teenager, I was like, this feels like a Tales from the Crypt story almost. How the
it does
and everything. So, I would love to see Clive Barker do like a Silent Hill movie.
Oh my god,
that would be that's what that franchise needs.
Not even a movie, dude. Let him do a fucking comic.
Comic
the
game.
Dude writes some good ass comics.
But yeah, I give it a 4.
All right, Dylan.
Seems we're going down the rabbit hole on the scores here. I gave it a 3.
Okay, so
I gave it the highest.
Didn't love it, didn't hate it.
Yeah, I gave it the highest score I could give a movie I don't give a fuck to see again.
True.
Well, you say that, but we're gonna make you watch Hellraiser 2, 3.
Oh
4,
yeah,
5.
Hellraiser 1 I don't want to see again. The other ones I've never seen. So
yeah. That's gonna be interesting. So we're slowly finding out that Dylan hasn't watched a lot of old school horror movies.
I think you'd be shocked on the old school movies I have seen.
Yeah. You didn't watch any of the Nightmare on Elm Streets, except for the first one. You didn't watch any of the Friday the 13th.
No.
Except for the first one.
He's not a slasher guy.
You're not a slasher.
I watched Black Christmas, Silent Night, Deadly Night. I watched like The Sentinel, Rosemary's Baby. I've seen, Race with the Devil. Like I've seen Burnt Offerings. I've seen a lot of classic horror movies. So don't get it twisted. I'm not just because I haven't seen, the Freddys and the Jasons and the Cenobites. I've seen I would declare a decent amount more than your average person share of classics horror.
Right, you just don't watch the mainstream trash that we've seen.
No. Out of all of us, I'm the one that would probably enjoy mainstream trash.
That's true.
I'm like out of the three of us, I am the most. I don't know how you'd say it. Like I don't want to say like least. That's not the word for it. I don't know how you would do it, but like I like a lot of stuff that some people might consider lowbrow, as far as like not being the A24s or this, that, and the other, which I do love the A24s.
Have you guys seen?
Yeah.
No, you're a jock sympathizer first and foremost.
And doesn't that track? I am without a doubt the number one jock sympathizer in this horror community of ours.
Which we enjoy, and then we appreciate that you are that.
You bring a very interesting perspective.
Yes, I bring a certain je ne sais quoi.
There's solid scores. 3.
But wait a minute. Are we going to talk about the homeless man that turns into the bone dragon?
Yes, forgot about that.
Because I wasn't paying attention towards that part. I had to look at my phone because I got a text from someone, and my girlfriend goes, "Did you fucking see how we turned into that dragon?" And I was like, "No, not at all." Because I guess the homeless man was a Cenobite the whole time, or
a watcher in the sense.
A watcher.
Yeah, the Cenobites have a familiar.
Oh, and it's a bone dragon disguised as a homeless man that eats bugs. All right, got it.
Yes.
Got it. Hey, dude, it makes perfect sense. I don't know.
Throw a rock.
I can't remember that one. I mean, I remember that scene. I just can't remember how it plays into the book and more. Because again, with the book, it's not a huge one, but again, like there's a lot more context and depth that you can show and go into in a book versus a movie.
Right.
So what seems to be like super out of left field when you're reading it makes sense.
Right.
So if anyone wants to explain the homeless man bone dragon,
leave Dylan a voicemail.
leave us a comment.
No.
Here's
call me at
and
1-800-867-5309.
But with that
Sick
being
reference.
said, great fucking scores. A 3, 4, and a 5 are solid scores. Averages out probably to like 4 point. We'll say 4.5.
4.0, I'd say.
Yeah,
I'm saving the 5.5 for the second one. I remember enjoying that one a lot.
But we want to know what you guys think. So if you love Hellraiser, if you hate Hellraiser, you have thoughts you want to share, we would love to hear them. We love talking to you guys. So you can drop a comment on our Instagram, on our TikTok, on the YouTube video that's going to be posted. You can also, if you're listening to this in Spotify, you can actually drop a comment inside the episode and we see them and we can publish them and we can talk and have this cool community. So definitely do all of that.
If you're on Spotify or anything that streams music for that matter, you can go and listen to, I think there's some new tracks out by the band Psycho Frame, who just got signed to Sharp Tone Records, and Hunter, the musical metal genius extraordinaire, is a part of that band because he's a part of all the good bands. And if you heard a band and you thought the song was good, he probably wrote it or he's in it.
Yep.
He did our theme song. So shout out to him having yet another successful project. We are rooting for you always over here. So yeah, go listen to Psycho Frame, Mood Ring.
If you fucked with our intro for the 30 seconds that it was, you will then like anything that Hunter has been involved with.
Yes. Give him all your support. That man works hard.
He works incredibly hard.
He works his mind to the very last bit of gray matter that he's got. He is
He's locked in. I don't know what he's tapped into,
there's not many
tapped in.
Yeah, locked in. He is you point to him in the reference of the dictionary of the term locked in. But yeah. That's it for me.
That's it.
Yeah.
Right. But definitely, yes. Shout out Digital Ghost Studios for writing our theme song, and Psycho Frame. Definitely check out that band. They're a sick fucking band. Again, follow us on TikTok, Instagram. If you're on Red Note, follow us on Red Note. If you're on YouTube, if you have the
Ni hao. If you are on the Red Note, please follow us.
Follow us, man. Hang out with us.
Yeah, we're cool.
Yeah, dude,
we're very cool. We're very chill. We swear.
We eat a lot of snacks and we talk horror and we like to fucking make fun. So tell your friends, share this with your friends, and subscribe, honestly, and leave us a review. Honestly, that really does help in a big grand scheme of getting our show out there with all the other horror podcasts that do exist. So drop a review, whether if it's just a couple stars, we don't care. Even if it's a 1 star, maybe give it to yourself. But we also love to read those. So if you want a 1 star us, oh buddy, just know that your review is getting read on the podcast. So
and if you got 5 stars to give, don't hold on to them. Let us have them.
Yeah. But until next time, guys, I'm Mike.
I'm Pat.
And I'm Dylan.
And as always, stay weird.
Will you be my new grandpa?